Hi, this is Barbara, coordinator for the Morristown group of the CSG at Genesis Farm. A lot of us joined the CSA because it's very hard to grow vegetables in the Northeast because of all the deer. But one of the things you can grow is herbs. Except for basil's a little tougher unless you have a fence, but a lot of herbs are very smelly, and it's a smell that the deer don't like, and they're not going to chew on them. So one of the things that I planted years ago, and also the other thing that's good about herbs, let me tell you a couple other things, besides that the deer won't eat them, is that if you find perennial herbs or herbs that will self-seed and you put them in a place where they have room to grow, they'll spread. And I'll show you my peppermint patch later, but today I'm going to talk about oregano. I love oregano. My father's from Greece. I use it a lot in cooking, and I think the deer don't like it. I found that I could grow it perennial here in New Jersey. So I years ago planted one row of oregano in a place where I thought they would have room to spread. And I'm going to show you what they've done. I'm a bit of a wild gardener. We actually have been putting in deer fencing so we can start to grow more things ourselves. But I tend to try to work with nature and have a mix of planted things and wild things so that there's food for the animals other than deer, and things for us to eat and things for us to enjoy. So let me just turn this camera around for you. Let's see. Whoops. I thought I could turn around while I'm talking. Does that turn it? No. Okay, I'm going to just turn it around because it doesn't seem to want to turn. So you can see here, I planted one row along here of oregano. Now, you can see it has spread throughout this area. And it's even started growing down here and in the crevices along my stone wall. It's a little dry right now, so it's starting to wilt, but it's actually a good time to pick it. There's two reasons why. You don't want the morning dew on your oregano when you pick it. You want it to be a little bit drier. It brings out the oils. The other thing you want when you pick oregano is that it's starting to go to seed. So you can see the leaves are getting smaller. They started off pretty big at the base, and they're starting to get smaller now. You can see, whoops, let's see, there we go. You can see they're starting to get smaller, and there's flower heads starting to form, and that means it's time to pick. You don't pull them up because they're perennials, and actually I'm going to cut them. And by cutting them, and I could leave, an inch or 2 inches, however much I want at the base. But by leaving room at the base, then it's going to come back. And I'll continue to be able to pick. But I like to have a big harvest. And it's usually around this time, the beginning, middle of June. And it comes at the same time as the garlic scapes. So if I want, I can make some garlic scape and oregano pesto, which is delicious. But I can also, we've set up a drying rack, and I'll show you a picture of my drying rack after I've cut all this and put it out on the drying rack. But we've created a drying rack. If you have just a little bit of oregano, like a pod or something, you can cut it and then tie it up and put it in a paper bag and dry it there. It'll dry slowly. But when you get a lot like this, I find it doesn't dry so well in a paper bag. It would be a lot of paper bags. So I like to dry it on a rack. And I'm going to dry a lot of this because then I don't have to buy any oregano during the winter, and I can have dried oregano all year. So I'm going to just cut it. I don't think you need to see me cut oregano. I think it's kind of self-explanatory. Let me see if I have my scissors with me. I'll cut one. I don't know. I'll cut one so you can see. Let's see if I can see myself doing it. And so you can see the plants here. Just gonna cut. Oops. I got garden shears. So So I thought I would use my garden shears. They may or may not be strong enough. We'll see. So I'm just going to cut a whole lot. I have a bucket. I'm just going to fill this basket, and then I'll put it on the drying rack, and I'll show you the picture of it on the drying rack so you can see what it looks like. It's just really, you can use an old screen. We happen to have a frame that has like fencing type, almost like chicken wire in it, that someone had given us from something that they didn't build. And so we've used that for a few different things. Cage for growing okra, and this year I'm going to use it for a drying rack. So enjoy your herbs. I'll show you some other herbs throughout the summer, and I'll talk to you soon. If you like this video, please do the little thumbs up at the bottom, share it, subscribe to our community share at Genesis Farm, the Morristown group. Subscribe to this series of videos, and then you'll get notifications every time one comes out. Okay? Enjoy. Bye-bye.